What's up, aspirants? And I am back with an amazing video. World History continues, obviously brought to you by An Academy. This is the URL youtube.com/unacademy. Go and subscribe if you have not done already. Awesome videos, double your chances of clearing IAS or any other examination, whichever you are aspiring to. So again, this will be a video conceptualized by me. You can see me laughing here. And if you want to read more about me, you know where to go. What happens is there will be various doubt left in your head, so if you want me to clear them, just message me within 24 hours. I will reply. This is the address, my Facebook page. Just go to Facebook, type my name Roman Saini, or go to this URL facebook.com/romansaini.official. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, whatever you want to do. If you have any doubt, you can message me there. I'll reply to it within 24 hours. So this will be a short video because this is not that important a topic as far as UPSC is concerned. So it will be a short video. It will be regarding American Civil War. An awesome war happened. It was extremely important. What do you mean by civil war? If within a country, if two factions are fighting, in this case, let's say this is USA, so the northern region was fighting with the southern region. So these two factions are fighting, and that is called a civil war. If let's say US is fighting with France, that is not a civil war. Is that understood? Civil war means within a country. So why civil war we need to study? Because it is the most important movement. It is literally a movement. It led to war, that's a different issue, but it started with something called as American War of Independence. Then in American history, this movement was for freedom and equality, as everything is there. It was fought for 5 years, from 1861 to 1865. It was fought between, as I already told you, northern states. They were capitalistic state and they were anti-slavery states. Similarly, southern states were more or less plantation. Plantation means huge lands, literally hundreds of hectares of lands was there. उसमें वो cotton, potato, tobacco, these were the crops which was grown by them, and they needed large slave labor to maintain them. So they were pro-slavery. So these are the two factions which are fighting, boom, 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 going on. So these were the two factions which was fighting. So obviously the result is slavery was abolished and the northern states emerged victorious. Victory is ours. Yay! That's how you want to be victor in UPSC and get into IAS or whichever service you want to. So we continue. What were the major reasons why this happened, why anti-slavery movements of northern states was there? So these are the reasons. Please make note of them. Capitalism was the first reason. Since US is entirely dependent on capitalism till date, so the south ki slave population was a good market, and that was inhibited by slavery laws. So for industrial of north, if slavery was abolished, capitalism will get boost. Secondly, obviously humanism, one of the important reason. As I have already seen in the last video of American independence, War of Independence, Thomas Jefferson made a declaration that humanism and welfare are the basic tenets of state. So these are the two basic tenets over which state is relied. Then we have something called as inspiration. See, France in 1789, Haiti, where earthquake took place, Haiti or Haiti, whatever you call it. So here France abolished slavery in 1789 and Britain abolished slavery in 1773. So it was shameful for USA to still continue slavery even after 50-40 years of it being abolished otherwhere. These are the major three reasons why slavery was demanded to be abolished. Then these are the important events which happened in the history. First thing first, purchase of Louisiana. This is the most important event. In 1820, what happened? It was under Napoleonic France. Uस time they were going slightly on the lower side of the finances, so they sell it to USA. So it extended America literally from, these are Appalachian mountains, these are Rocky mountains. So entire this was USA. and this created a question ki now bhai, let's say tomorrow another state is being freed, so this is a free state, so whether will it be slave state or whether it will be an independent state. So these were the questions which arose in front of these people. So it created a question that whether new states will have slavery or not, sir. So this was the question which arose in front of them. Then we have the second most important event, the Missouri Agreement of 1820. Not Missouri, Labasana wala Missouri nahi hai. This is Missouri. Missouri Agreement of 1820. It's a state in USA. So America, it was not in a shape to face civil war because it just got independence about 37 years ago by Treaty of Paris in 1783. If you do not know, watch part 3 of this series. So Missouri was declared a slave state, and there was an agreement. Let's say this is a line called as 36th degree north. So whichever state lies above to it will be independent, and whichever state lies below this side will be a slave. So this was an agreement, but like all agreement, it was not followed. There were certain elements always which tries to demean the agreement. So they also tried to demean the agreement. We will see later how. So what capitalists did, they started with backdoor policy. Backdoor we know, पीछे की दरवाजा. Capitalist state tried to use backdoor policy. So the capitalist lobby, what it did it started anti-slavery society. यहाँ पे क्या होता था, they used to preach public कि slavery is bad, slavery should be abolished. All kind of agendas and propagandas was filled public. Not that it was not good, but it was something backdoor which was against the Missouri Agreement. 1833 they started with anti-slavery society. Similarly, Garrison, an extremely famous journalist of USA, started publishing Liberator. It was against anti-slavery. It was for anti-slavery movements and against slavery. Similarly, Uncle Tom's Cabin was there. It was also extremely important. It was by Mrs. Towers. Again, very extremely important. See, it was a novel about how a slave goes through pathetic and inhumane conditions. If you want to know, watch this movie called 12 Years a Slave. Or you can watch certain movies like Lincoln, or you can watch certain movies like Patriot if you want to know about American history more. These are the 3 movies which I'll suggest. So emotional attack was there on the public that these are the inhumane or inhuman and pathetic condition of slave states in South. So this was the backdoor policy applied by capitalist states. So भाई अगर आप north से पंगा लोगे, then South also retaliated. How they retaliated? They started increasing slave states number by fair and foul means. The Missouri Agreement said 36th degree north के ऊपर will be independent, but Kansas and Nebraska were forcefully converted into slave states. So it happened was it violated the Missouri Agreement. Further, it ruptured extremely fragile relationship, barely hanging by a thread. It also ruptured. So there was breakage of the thread of the relationship between North and South. It led to origin of, come on people, it led to origin of, you don't know. Republican Party, have you heard the name of Abraham Lincoln? 1861 में elect हुए थे first term के लिए. In second term he was shot dead in a theater in second term. So he was Republican Party came into existence 160 years ago on 20th March 1854. The sole agenda being abolishing slavery in United States of America. Their famous president, already spoken a lot about, Abraham Lincoln, literally the most famous president of USA. He got elected in 1861. So since Republican Party ka sole agenda was abolishing slavery and their president also got elected, so this was a warning for slave states that slavery is in danger, so which led to beginning of civil war. Now the important point for you guys. Civil war per se, the details of civil war कि बैटल ऑफ गुटेंसबर्ग क्या है, कैप्चर ऑफ ऑर्लियंस क्या है, आई कैन teach you very well. I know them in extreme details, painful details, but it is not important for UPSC. अभी तक जो पढ़ाया है that was important for you. Till now what I have taught you was important for you. Now I will be coming with role of AL, that is Abraham Lincoln. that is also important for you, but details of civil war are not per se important for you कि 1861 में कौन सा war हुआ, 1862 में क्या हुआ, 1865 में क्या हुआ. So these things are literally not important for you. So however, you must become aware for pre-civil war conditions of USA, which I have already spoken. If you don't know, go to part 3 of World History series, and what is important is which I taught before and what is coming now. So here is a role of Abraham Lincoln. So what was the role of Abraham Lincoln? So he was elected already, I told you, Republican Party in 1861. First thing first, he changed the issue of the war. See, people, we need to have an idea is the single most important thing. People might come and go, we will die, we will turn into ashes, but ideas will remain with us. So whatever is the idea, whatever is the underlying theme, that why we are fighting, that is the most important. Earlier it was abolishing of slavery, but now Abraham Lincoln turned it to unification of United States. Why unity of federation? So he changed the issue of the war. From war started with slavery as the issue, he transformed it to unity of federation. So he involved and evoked the emotions of Americans. And once emotions are evoked, it becomes extremely difficult to stop any movement. Something like Swadesi movement is literally he just throw and burning away of all foreign goods and boycotting it. So it evokes the emotions of Indian masses that time. Then role of volunteers. So he just volunteers went and they preached the message that why war is bad, and they started with the story of birth of America. It created confusion among the opposition party or opposite party. Is that understood? So Lincoln took extreme help of volunteers. Third, finally, the most important thing, 13th Constitutional Amendment Act 1865. The CAA is Constitutional Amendment Act. So Abraham Lincoln successfully arose the imagination, he captured the imagination of his congressmen, and he passed the 13th Constitutional Amendment Act, which abolished slavery and gained a huge support from African American population in favor of Republican Party. Finally, nonetheless, more importantly, his personal contribution of AL, that is Abraham Lincoln, he took direct participation in capture of Orleans. Please do not go into detail what is capture of Orleans. And he also fought in battle of, he also Gutenberg. So he also took part in that. He eliminated hurdles for growth of capitalism. And see, because of his efforts, now after that capitalism got a boost. After World War I, USA was the largest producer, one of the largest producer of steel, iron, Pittsburgh and all these companies, all electrics, television, refrigerators, all consumables, they boomed up like anything in USA. Ford, you must have heard Ford. So they all started in USA only after World War I. And then after World War II, because of this sustained growth, USA emerged as the single most important world power, and it continues till date. So this was more or less about American Civil War. This is more than enough what you need. So if you still like this world history series, and if you want me to make more videos, do let me know. You know where to tell me. If you still don't know, I'll tell you where to tell me. So obviously, if you like this, please ping your query. I'll be more than happy to clear your doubts. I'll reply within 24 hours, personal guarantee. If you like this page, facebook.com/romansaini.official, you ping me there and I'll reply within 24 hours. This is our channel and academy. Do subscribe to it also, and tweet to me at romansaini. Thank you for indulging me, and have an awesome day.